Hello, everyone. This is Paulette, Ms. Music Jackson, coming your way. And it's been a while since I've done an episode of It's a Business Thing, which is one of my video series that I introduced to you all probably in the last year or so. And so, Happy New Year to all of you. And again, it's been a while, quite a while, since I've done an episode of It's a Business Thing. So, I wanted to bring this all to you today, and it's going to be short, but I have been thinking a lot about this over the last few weeks and what I want to address in this particular episode. And I apologize for looking a little not so great, but hopefully, again, you guys can hear me. And what I have to share with you all, hope that you take something away from it. So in regards to business, because that's what this video series is all about, different aspects of business, whether you are an executive in the corporate world, but particularly I created this series for entrepreneurs and creatives alike. So, but it's for any business person, if you will. So as I'm sharing all of this with you guys today, in today's episode is about persistence and perseverance, because we all know, especially as entrepreneurs and creatives and working for ourselves and building a brand, building a business, there are days and weeks and months where it can be dicey. It can be, it's a roller coaster ride, and there are times when you may feel like you question yourself, like, why am I doing this? And I think, and those are the questions that I've asked myself. So again, while I'm sharing all of this with you, it's because I've had these conversations with other people and kind of like thinking to myself, like, why am I doing this? Why am I continuing? Because it's been some challenges, right? So, and I kind of had to go back into my Rolodex of when I really started, because this is just not happening now. It just hasn't happened in the last few years, but I've kind of gotten into some things, some opportunities that I never thought I would: radio and writing and books and, you know, starting my own stations and so on and so forth. So, and also partnering with other folks, to build my brand even more. But the last 2 years or so it's been challenging. And to be honest, the last year, 2022, really was challenging. And so again, I had to ask myself some hard questions. Do you want to continue? Or why did you start in the first place? When were you do you feel that you were the most successful? So as I'm asking myself these questions, I'm asking you as well. If you're facing any type of challenges in your business, when were you the most successful? What do you think are the tools or the things that you put in place that you did to garner that success for yourself? So for me, I feel like when I was really focused, really pushing myself, and I'm not saying pushing myself in a bad way, like I was, but there have been some long nights, early mornings, um, where I was up creating and, um, calls and emails and all type of stuff. And I loved it though. It was a good tired. And those are the moments where I really just kind of push myself and put myself out there and stop saying no to opportunities because I didn't feel like I was ready or good enough or had enough experience or so on and so forth. Once I started getting that outside of my head and just saying, hey, jump in. You can only do what you can do. Keep learning, keep growing, but try not to say no to some of the opportunities that are presented to you, because they're being presented to you because somebody sees something in you, what you have to bring to the table, what you have to offer. Somebody sees that potential. Somebody sees what you bring to the table. So I said, okay, you know what? If I don't leap, if I don't take those chances for those opportunities, I will never know. And then I'll have regrets later. And so as time went on, it's like the more I pushed myself, the more I said yes to opportunities, the more late nights and early mornings and all that I did, and just kept going and kept pushing, persevering from it all, getting the no's out the way. It's like, okay, they said no, whatever, whatever, just keep going. Once I got that in my head and say, you know what, and not let it defeat me, because I have in the past let no's defeat me, where I just say, you know what, okay, well, this is not for me. I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to whatever. Once I stopped doing that and just said, okay, well, that's a no, keep going. Is it disappointing? Of course. But as human beings, yeah, it's disappointing to get a no. It's disappointing to get turned down for a proposal or what have you. But for an audition or whatever it is, that's part of your company, part of your brand, part of the creative, part of the thing that you're trying to do. But, and I've heard this story for so many people, from so many business people, from entrepreneurs, from artists, from a lot of people who say, yeah, I've gotten 1,000 no's, but I kept going and got that one yes that could just turn everything around. So life happens to all of us, some level, some way, whether it's family, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whether it's whatever, life happens. And sometimes we can let that get in the way of us pushing towards our goals. And I have been guilty of that. And going back to what I was saying just a little while ago, is that when I felt like I was like really coming into my own and being really successful, is when I was really putting myself out there, really pushing forward and getting the no's out the way. Like, okay, that didn't work out. Keep pushing. Okay, find the next thing, or take advantage of the next opportunity and keep going. That's when it's like just things just kept going one by one. But again, when life gets in the way or disappointments gets in the way or what have you or whatever, whether it's with yourself personally or family members or friends or whatever, life, the world, it's like sometimes it kind of it stifles us. It kind of gets in our own. We get in our own way, and we let other forces get in our way of us pursuing and going forward what we have to do in our business, in our brand, building our brand. And I've been guilty of that, especially I feel recently. And again, it's like, okay, are you going to stop? You've come a long way. You've done a lot of things. You've built up a lot in a fairly short amount of time. But again, everybody, I've been in the arts and entertainment industry for a long time on some level, whether it was writing or voiceover, because that was my first official business was voiceover. But I had been in this industry since I was 11 years old. And so, but in the last few years, again, without sounding like a broken record, getting into some new areas of arts and entertainment media, in the music world especially, came a lot of opportunities. I met a lot of wonderful people that I learned a lot from, and got what I needed, a lot of mentorship, a lot of advice. And I was in turn, with my experiences, able to give advice and people coming to me for advice. So again, it's all about having a different kind of mindset. And someone else was telling me that has been pushing that on me, and not in a bad way, but it's just kind of reminding me that I have to get out of my own way and stop letting life in the world and whatever stop me. Because I've been guilty. I'm being very transparent in that, to just keep pushing forward. Life is going to happen. Can't stop that. As long as we're breathing and walking around this earth, life is going to happen. It's going to be good times, it's going to be bad times. And it's been challenging. I'm going to say that it's been challenging. But again, step by step, day by day, it's all about persistence and perseverance through it all. And I'm still growing in that. I'm still working my way through a lot of that. But what I know is that one thing I do know is that even with everything happening around me in my personal life, in my business life, in the world, that I've come too far to let all that stop me. I've come too far to let myself stop me. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. No, I'm not, and I'm not going to tell you all that. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you like, oh, it's just easy, it's just okay, whatever. But it starts within. And again, a friend of mine has been pushing that, driving that, um, because of my frustrations and everything lately, has been driving that home for me, and I thank him very much. Um, so I'm sharing all of you my experiences. And when I was my most successful is when I was persistent and not afraid anymore to jump in and take advantage of some wonderful opportunities. Was I scared? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But the exhilarating part was when I did it. Jumping in, praying about it, whatever I had to do, but I got it done. Fear and all, I let it go. And I jumped in, and it was the most wonderful, exhilarating feeling to have those accomplishments. To write my first book, to co-host a major jazz show in San Diego, California. What? You know, to create 2 stations later on down the line, to create a show that ended up being syndicated, all of that, to build a brand around all of it, and to get into writing articles and so on and so forth, being interviewed, the whole thing is part of building my brand. And I plan to do a lot more. I've had to put some things on the back burner. Yeah, things held it up, things got delayed. I had to put some things on the back burner. It bummed me out, absolutely. But I am determined, some way, somehow, to get those projects back up and running this year. A lot of prayer, a lot of hard work, a lot of whatever I need to do. And it's not going to be easy. It's not. It's going to be a long road, but I didn't create those things. I didn't start those things just to have them stay on the back burner. And I'm saying that to myself, and I'm telling all of you too. If you have any projects, any creative things, anything, any business that you started that you put on the back burner, now's the time to bring it to the forefront. Step by step, ease into it, little by little, but don't let it stop you. And I'm telling me, and I'm telling you, don't stop. Don't stop. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a shaky road, but with a lot of confidence, a lot of prayer, a lot of consultation, a lot of research, you may have to do some downtime. You may have to take a step back and regroup and refocus and recharge. And that's what I'm trying to do for myself right now, even with everything going on around me. I said, okay, it's okay to take a step back. It's okay to regroup. It's okay to refresh your mind in order for you to go forward. And that's what I feel like I have to do right now. It's okay to be quiet for a while and to regroup and reshift and refocus, but don't stop. I'm telling me, and I'm telling all of you. Any of you that have any projects, business, proposals, whatever, that you've kind of held on to and kind of put on the back burner, it's like, oh, I can't do it. You can. If I can, you can. I've been starting out since I was 10, 11 years old, writing different articles, writing songs, so on and so forth. And now I'm here with 5 books written, 3 published, 2 internet radio stations. I'm part of an amazing, wonderful team of women writing articles. I've been interviewed about various things, about the arts and entertainment world, about my books, so on and so forth. And I continue to build a brand around that. And I have so many other things that I want to do, again, that I place on the back burner, but that eventually will come to the forefront very, very soon. So I'm sharing this with all of you on this episode, this special episode of It's a Business Thing. And I'm sorry I have been away, but yeah, again, sometimes it's okay to take a step. You need to take a step back to refocus, reshift, and regroup in order to move forward. All right, everyone, I'm not going to keep you. Happy Sunday. It is a Sunday evening where I am. So happy Sunday to all of you and people all over the world who may watch this video. Please feel free to share. Please feel free to reach out to me. I will leave my information on the video, and I will be posting it on my YouTube page. I will be posting it on my main YouTube page. So I have 2. I have an author page and also my regular SL. I changed the name of it, so it's now SLV TV on YouTube. So everyone have a safe evening and a fantastic, prosperous, successful week. Bye.